when you are doing your sales and closing, there are some words that you will want to use while doing the sales process, and also there are some words you will not want to use them when you are actually doing what, closing. So in this training, I'm going to be sharing with you some of those words that you need to actually avoid. Call them nasty words you need to avoid, that those words that brings objections in the sales process. Some of the nasty words that we use that bring objections. So I'm going to be sharing those nasty words. First of all, objection, it is not what you get, it is what you create. What am I trying to say? You are the one that actually creates the objection for yourself. So how do you possibly create that objection? You do that through your tonality, the words you use, and also your behavior. So what words do you actually use in your conversation process? The tonality, the sound of your voice, and also your behavior when you are actually communicating with a customer that stands in front of you, or a prospect via online. Now, the very first word that I'm going to be sharing with you, which is very important, is the word to be honest with you. You telling your prospect to be honest with you. So what in God's name are you trying to say? We have been conversing for the 1 past hour, and you are just trying to tell me now that you have been lying. Yeah, that's what you are trying to tell your prospect. You have been lying all through. So to be honest with you, what do you mean by to be honest with you? We can't be communicating for an hour and you turn to tell your prospect to be honest with you. You don't use that word in your closing process. Don't use that word. It could actually be to be frank with you. What do you mean by to be frank with you? So now you understand the kind of mistakes that we do when we are actually trying to close a sale, right? These are some of the nasty words that you actually need to avoid them. Another one is trust me. What in God's name are we trying to do? You don't need to tell your prospect or client that trust me. Let him or she does that by himself, right? They are going to trust you, not you telling them to trust you. You don't tell somebody to trust you. The person decides on whether to trust you or not. So never you use that word, trust me. It's very nasty. Another one is sorry to bother you. What in God's name have you been doing? So why on earth did you first of all call me in the first place to start talking to me? Why do you bash in my inbox to start writing me? You are telling me sorry to bother me. If you are sorry to bother me, then you shouldn't have even called me or even written me in the first place. So never you use that word sorry to bother, because why? The prospect has the power over the conversation. The prospect has the power over the closing process. So what you are trying to do is you want to flip the table towards your own end. You are trying to flip the table towards your own end. So never you use that word sorry to bother you, right? Take note. Another word you will not want to use is buy. Will you like to buy this product now? Will you like to buy? When will you want to buy? Never you use the word buy. So when you use the word buy, what actually comes to your prospect's mind? This. You see this? Money. And definitely, they might not even have the money to purchase. And you are talking about buy. Use something more compelling. So instead of you using the word buy, you can use the word own. Right? You can use the word own. So you can say, would you like to own this book? How does that sound? Don't use the word buy. Would you like to own this book? Definitely, I want to own the book. If actually I like the book, I want to own the book. Right? So instead of you saying, will you like to buy, say, will you like to own? Or maybe you are doing a business conversation that you want to actually close a deal. You can actually say, will you like to move forward? So the person who wants to move, who wants to stay behind? The person who wants to move forward with you, right? So use the word, will you want to move forward or will you want to get involved? Definitely, if it is something that is good and appealing, the person who wants to get involved with the process. Another word that we use is contract. Say you are having a business-to-business conversation and you want to close a deal with another company. So you want to use the word contract, but what starts coming through your prospect's mind is no. There are some documents that I will need to start signing, paperwork. I need to start going through those paperwork, all those things. So you start giving them negative clause in their minds. Definitely, they will not want to go all through that process. So what do? Instead of using the word contract, use agreement. I'm going to send to you an agreement that is going to authorize our deal. Instead of saying contract, it puts paperwork in their mind. Use the word agreement. They want to agree with you. As simple as that. Another word that we use is I haven't heard back from you. Definitely, you haven't heard back from me because I'm not interested in whatever thing that you are trying to say. So, you don't interrogate your prospects. Instead of you trying to use that word, I haven't heard back from you, focus on adding value to whatever thing that they are doing. That will be more appealing. Focus on adding value on whatever thing that they are doing. Now you meet somebody and you want to share something with that person. Hello, Mr. David, I would like to share this deal with you. What deal? Use the word opportunity. I'm sure most of us have been hearing about this word. I would like to share this opportunity with you, not a deal. When you start using the word deal, negativity starts flowing all through their mind. It means when they start hearing the word deal, money, what is first thing they start thinking about is money. But when you use opportunity, they will start thinking of something that you need to impact their lives with. You understand? Something that you need to impact their lives with. Another word is just following up. I'm just trying to follow up. I'm just following you up. Never you use that word in your sales conversation. I'm sure these words that I've been able to share with you, if you can try as much as possible to avoid this word, then you will not be having most of the objections that you are actually having during your closing process. Now, this is actually a new week, and throughout we've looked at how why many people actually fail in the sales, and the different types of salespeople that we have, the 3 different types of salespeople we have, how we can actually build trust with prospects, and how to engage on a sales call, coaching session where we had to have interaction of questions and answers. And now we're looking at some of those nasty words which we need to avoid, that actually brings us objections that come face to be difficult for us to actually handle. Now, throughout the whole of this process, I think it's going to be good that we start implementing this week. So I would like to get each and everyone what we have for ourselves this week as pertaining finance. I would like to get our financial goal for this week and how we intend to actually achieve those financial goals. Now, goal setting is not just you putting out the points which you actually want to attain, but also it should be realistic, it should be smart, measurable, attainable, realistic, and also time bound. So your goal needs to be realistic. So if you say 200,000 francs for this week, so what are you going to be doing that is going to realize you that 200,000 francs? So I want to get our financial goals for this week, and also what we are going to be doing to achieve those financial goals. So it needs to be realistic and also time bound. Thank you very much, and see you in our next training for tomorrow.